Good morning, my miracle friends. Yet another day begins. As we sit here quietly preparing for the best day of our lives, rub your hands together and place them over your beautiful, precious, beating heart. Give yourself a cheeky smile and feel the excitement of a new day bubbling up inside. Close your eyes and for a moment, turn your attention inwards. Before I read this lesson, we're a couple of weeks deep into the Course in Miracles, and in this lesson, there is the first mention of the big G word. By that, I mean God. This has been one of my personal trigger words over the years as a recovering semi-Catholic. I went to a convent from the age of 5 to 10 and found it quite confusing that I was a supposedly born sinner. And it was also quite scary hearing about the fear of God and hell and damnation. To my little ears, it sounded like a bit of an unstable fruitcake, killing his son and all that. Anyway, it seems like I'm not the only one. And in this group, there is a vast mixture of people from all over the world, from different cultures, different religions, or absolutely no religion. So this G word and what it means to us individually can be utterly, ineffably beautiful or utterly awful. I can't remember who said it, but someone said, I don't believe in the God that atheists believe in. So wherever you stand on the G word, quite apart from traditional religious connotations, I'd like you to take a minute now to find your preferred word. A word or a phrase that elicits a big sigh of loveliness. A word that opens your heart and fills it with a warm glow and makes you want to spin around like a lovesick teenager. A word that conjures up spaciousness, peace, calm, kindness, intelligent, benevolence, funny, all-knowing, all-present, all-powerful, eternal, transcendent. Because we're all made of this magical life force. It is us, both within us and all around us. So to know ourselves truly, we need to know our God within. I'm just going to read a little bit of the preface from a book written by Pam Grout called An Experiment with Miracles, which for anyone that hasn't come across it is a great way, a great book to accompany this journey if you are looking for one. May I waste my heart on fear no longer. John O'Donoghue. Google Translate is a champ at decoding Korean pop songs and unravelling Brazilian Facebook memes. But what if the words you're trying to decipher are in English, your native tongue? A Course in Miracles, a self-study program designed to bring about spiritual transformation. But for many of us, the massive thought overhaul promised by the Course still reads like Urdu. What does it mean that I'm supposed to live in infinite peace? When I began blogging about my own recalcitrant trek into A Course in Miracles, a journey I repeat every year, I was stunned by the number of eavesdroppers. Even though I was obviously counselling myself, people seemed to dig overhearing it. Readers began posting comments like, oh, so that's what forgiveness means. Oh, so that's how you access this secret, invisible resource. Oh, so that God guy is not a sadistic jerk after all. Almost immediately, readers urged me to compile my posts into a book. They liked that I made the course accessible and light-hearted. So essentially, I have been summoned, I have been guided. It's the thing we course students expect to create this book, The Course in Miracles Experiment. It is my somewhat cheeky translation of the workbook from A Course in Miracles. God has no name. A Course in Miracles. You'll notice the terminology in my version is slightly different. Okay, it's completely different. Case in point, the word God has more baggage than a Samsonite store. Completely misconceived, the coolest force on the planet. That's why I rarely call it God. Talk about triggering PTSD. That simple 3-letter word is the last place most of us would turn to find meaning and joy and freedom. As someone once told me, I have nothing against God. It's his fan club to which I take exception. This book uses a variety of synonyms to describe the timeless, the eternal, the vast mystery of life itself. The dude, the mothership, the universe, field of infinite potentiality, divine buzz, radiant X, super God. Pick one, use them all, or better yet, come up with your own. None of the A Course in Miracles lessons are difficult. They require no major time commitment. They have but one purpose: to gently unravel all thoughts that impede our natural sense of joy. Because here's the thing, this unseen energetic force is the biggest badass on the planet. Why wouldn't everyone want to feel this buzz, to use its infinite power, to enjoy its guidance and blessings? Thank you, Pam. Lesson 12 from A Course in Miracles. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. The importance of this idea lies in the fact that it contains a correction for a major perceptual distortion. You think that what upsets you is a frightening world, or a sad world, or a violent world, or an insane world. All these attributes are given it by you. The world is meaningless in itself. These exercises are done with eyes open, looking around you, this time quite slowly. Try to pace yourself so that the slow shifting of your glance from one thing to another involves a fairly constant time interval. Do not allow the time of the shift to become markedly longer or markedly shorter, but try instead to keep a measured, even tempo throughout. What you see does not matter. You teach yourself this as you give whatever your glance rests on equal attention and equal time. This is a beginning step in learning to give them all equal value. As you look about you, say to yourself, I think I see a fearful world, a dangerous world, a hostile world, a sad world, a wicked world, a crazy world, and so on, using whatever descriptive terms happen to occur to you. If terms which seem positive rather than negative occur to you, include them. For example, you might think of a good world or a satisfying world. If such terms occur to you, use them along with the rest. You may not yet understand why these nice adjectives belong in these exercises, but remember that a good world implies a bad world, and a satisfying world implies an unsatisfying one. All terms which cross your mind are suitable subjects for today's exercise. Their seeming quality does not matter. Be sure that you do not alter the time intervals between applying today's idea to whatever you think is pleasant and what you think is unpleasant. For the purposes of these exercises, there is no difference between them. At the end of the practice period, add, but I am upset because I see a meaningless world. What is meaningless is neither good nor bad. Why then should a meaningless world upset you? If you could accept the world as meaningless and let the truth be written upon it for you, it would make you indescribably happy. But because it is meaningless, you are impelled to write upon what you would have it be. It is this you see in it. It is this that is meaningless in truth. Beneath your words is written the word of God. Remember to replace this with your chosen bliss I ask word if God makes you want to leave the group. The truth upsets you now, but when your words have been erased, you will see the divine buzzes words. That is the ultimate purpose of these exercises. Peeling back the onion skins, releasing and relinquishing limitations and fears. 3 or 4 times is enough for practicing the idea for today, nor should the practice periods exceed a minute. You may find even this too long. Terminate the exercises whenever you experience a sense of strain. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. Let's tune in to our inner God or our inner goddess. Beloved, divine, loving light within us and all around us. The perfect day already exists. Thank you for guiding me and everyone concerned to this. God before me and God behind me. God to the left of me and God to the right of me. God above me and God below me. God express through me. God emanate from me, touching everyone and everything in the form and the formless, with peace, love, and blessings. God, where would you have me go today? What would you have me do today? What would you have me say or not say today, and to whom? Have an amazing day, my miracle friends.